Joining us to unpack these issues is Tony Ogana, political affairs analyst, legal practitioner, and a leading voice in the Anioma state agitation. Mr. Ogana, thank you very much for joining us on the program, because I remember a year ago we had this conversation. But quickly, with this ongoing agitation for Anioma state and, political marginalization, how can we balance national loyalty with regional demands?
Nigeria is in a peculiar state, particularly the Igbos. Of course, we have several tribes in Nigeria. But if you know anything or two about Nigerian history, you know that the Igbos, of which I'm proudly one, have had the short end of the stick. And so, the Anioma state creation is coming to address that injustice. I'll explain. Virtually every zone in Nigeria has 6 states. The Northwest has 6 zones, 6 states in each zone. The Northwest has 7. The Southeast, the Igbos, have only 5. Despite the fact that you have Igbos in 11 states in Nigeria. So we don't think this is good enough. Our quest has been there since the 1950s. With the Anioma state creation quest and that of Katagum state creation, they are the oldest in Nigeria. Asaba, the capital of Delta State today, was the first capital of Nigeria through the charter given by the then British colonial government to the Royal Niger Company. The genocide that happened during the war happened in Asaba. So my people have always had the short end of the stick.
All right. And just a year ago, we had this conversation. And a year after, Senator Ned Nwoko is still pushing, is still lobbying for more support from his colleagues. How hard has that been?
Ned has been a blessing and continues to be a blessing to the Anioma nation. He believes rightly, he's an international lawyer, that the best way to empower a people is to empower them politically. You cannot keep dashing people money, giving people contracts, buying people cars, building houses for them, doing street lights, doing boreholes. Those things are well, fine and good, but they are short term.
But critics argue that this is a selfish agitation. They say this has a lot of political undertone.
There's nothing political about it, except to the extent that they are jittery. When Ned moved from PDP, for example, to APC, the government in Delta State condemned him, only for what to happen in a matter of weeks, only for them to join him.
And that's politics.
Prince Ned Nwoko is the major factor in Anioma politics. And the best way to empower people is to give them employment. So if we have the creation of Anioma State by God's grace, and then kudos to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to APC, to the senators. Nigeria has only 109 senators, 85 of them already have signed in to the Anioma project. That's more than 2/3 of what we need to go. So people want a voice. Our people are not all Igbos, but they are predominantly Igbos. The 9 local governments, Anocha North, Anocha South, Oshimiri North, Oshimiri South, Ika Northeast, Ika South, Ukwani, Ndokwa West, and Ndokwa East, we all speak Igbo largely. We all have and respect the 4 market Igbo days of Nko, Ole, Afo. You only find it in Igbo land. The red cap is peculiar to Igbo land. So we want to stay together with our kids and kin and leave it to the prerogative of the president, the prerogative of the APC to determine which zone we are. Now let me explain. We've been in the southwest zone before under the western region. So if they create Anioma today and put us in the southwest, we are comfortable. Today we're in the south-south. If they create Anioma state and leave us in the south-south, we are comfortable. If they create Anioma state and move us to the southeast, which is our prayer, we are comfortable. We speak the same language. Before I came on, your guest before now told you that because of the crime in Anambra, people are rushing to Asaba. Asaba is Anioma land. So we are one. If you want to take us to North Central, we'll follow you. We have Igbos in Kogi. So Anioma is comfortable anywhere. But the truth of the matter is that we are Igbos and we are better off with our kids and kin at the 6 states of the
So if you have
Southeast.
Anioma people in all of the states you have mentioned,
Oh yes, we do.
when the state is created, how do you bring all of those people together?
The first thing after creating the state is boundary adjustment. I'll give you an example. In the Edo state, Edo is not Igbo. But the people of Ibanke, for example, are 1,000% Igbo. They want to join us. So after the creation of the state by God's grace, there will now be boundary adjustments. And what we hope will be a follow-up. Local governments will have to be broken down so that development can get to the people. So instead of having only Senator Ned Nwoko now, the only Anioma senator, you have 3 Anioma senators. One from Anacho Shimini,
Okay.
which is where the senator is from, Ned, which is where I'm from. One from Ika, which is where the former senator, Ekweme, Okowa, is from. And then one from Ndukwa Okwane. You then have more automatically, you have more, apart from local government, you have more federal constituencies. And the unique point about Anioma is that Asaba is already a state capital. We already have a state house there. We're not going to build a new one. We already have, and I'm not saying this because I'm Anioma, we have the best state secretariat in Nigeria. So it's not
best state what?
State secretariat.
Okay.
You know, built by someone from my town whose name I'm sure I don't have permission to mention. I'll have mentioned it.
You don't have the permission?
I don't have his permission.
Yes,
so,
okay.
But it's from my town. Everybody knows him.
And, you know, many of us are wondering.
So the state is going to hit the ground running. It's not as if we're going to build from the scratch. No.
I mean, it's easier said, Mr. Ghana, but how will a new state guarantee better governance when existing ones are still struggling with management? Anioma
stands for excellence and equity. If you check, I'll give you an example. The banking sector. If you remove Anioma from the banking sector in Nigeria, there's no banking. It's about excellence.
I don't understand.
The top banks in Nigeria are owned and managed by our people. I don't want to go personal by mentioning names. But if you challenge me, I will. That doesn't look as if I'm just throwing up names in the air. And then again, don't you forget that Anioma has enough resources on its own. We're not relying on federal allocation to survive. We have oil, we have our oil, we have our gas, we have our human resource. Our people go to school, our people are farmers, and we can make it on our own. We intend to be a model state. Because most of our politicians, like Ned, are not professional politicians. They have a second address. So if, for example, my senator decides that he doesn't want to do politics anymore, he can go back to law practice. Either in London or in Nigeria. He owns a university, the Star University, for example. He can start to go back to that and make it functional.
Right.
So he's not a professional politician in the real sense of the word.
You know, respond to people who fear that the creation of a Anioma state could lead to further ethnic fragmentation in Nigeria?
On the contrary, it will not. I shock you, each state has 3 senators. The 2 other senators from Delta, who are not Anioma, from Delta Central, Senator Ede Dafinone, and from Delta South, Senator Joel Onowako, have already endorsed Anioma state.
All right.
It's not a threat at all. What is there waiting to be the capital of the new Delta state? And everything Anioma has, everything Asaba, the state capital has, what it has, it's not even better.
What's your perspective on the Southeast Development Commission? What kind of support is the president getting from the Southeast?
If the president wants more support from the Southeast, he has to create Anioma. Because it's the only way he can easily cure the injustice
if the president
in the Southeast. No, that's one. That's one.
Okay.
Secondly, I think you should strongly look at raising Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi is not Asiwaju's problem. Asiwaju didn't merely inherited it from Buhari.
Right.
It's not his problem. So if you create an Anioma state and releases Nnamdi Kanu, I guarantee you that not only will APC win Anambra state, the average Igbo man will vote at least 75% for APC.
Hello, great Ndigbo people. I'm back again. You know, this is what we have been discussing here. I'm happy a top politician from that area is saying the same. I'm happy this is coming from Anioma area. The guy in the studio you just listened to. You know, have you wondered why Southeast region will still have only 5 states while others have 6? Should we be marginalized in all areas? Should we be marginalized in everything? Now, based on what he said, have you asked why Anioma people, they speak Igbo, they live Igbo, they dance Igbo, and they are not part of Southeast? And if you look at them on the map, you will see that the state is just like part of Southeast region. It's an Igbo extension, irrespective of whatever it is called. If you look at the state, just go to the map. Look at the map I'm showing you. Look at this map. It's not a mistake. No, it has been there. These are Igbo territories. Just that there was a mix-up. The divide and rule continues. That is what is happening. You understand? But I'm happy a lot of these guys are waking up. Some of them are coming out to say the truth. The time has come for a lot of them to speak truth boldly. Anioma is Igbo, and Anioma deserves to be recognized. Anioma n'ime Delta State, ha nọ na mkpagbu. Ha nọ na mkpagbu. Anioma needs an identity. I like what he said. He said, preferably, they will want Anioma to be part of Southeast. But even though it didn't happen, but that the Anioma becomes a state. That is also my position. I would want Anioma to be a state first. Then, if it is part of Southeast, that is a plus. But if it's not part of Southeast, there is no problem. But with Anioma, that identity Anioma, plus Ebanke, because Ebanke is Igbo land. Whatever anyone says or cares to say, na dem sabi, Ebanke is Igbo land. So, after carving out Anioma, boundary adjustment, like he said, you had all that he said. The man is a white Anioma man. And if you've played and you did not play all, replay, you will understand him. He has something upstairs. And he's also a backer of Senator Ned Nwoko. Anioma is not a borrowed tribe. Their culture is Igbo. By language, by ancestry. And he's very right. The people of Anioma follow 4 Igbo market days. They share the same festivals. The same proverb, Inu, Aitwa Inu, Hanagota, Inu, the same thing. And values, our value system, the same. The only thing that separated us is politics. Separated as in the Anioma from the Southeast people. Only thing that separated us is politics. Not even the Niger Bridge separates us. Because we were having interactions even before the Niger Bridge. We use canoe. We go to that side. We exchange whatsoever. The rivers do not separate us. What is separating us is politics. Pure politics. Started with Ndiocha. After they suffered to conquer that particular area, Anioma, they said, hey, Ndigbo together. They were afraid. They were Ndigbo together. We must not allow them. And that is why they broke us up. You understand? They broke us up because they realized our unity. Hey, our unity in Sobugade, Ezibote in Sobugade, na IGBO. Hey, IGBO Mpiakasi. Places like Ebanke, Asaba, Ogwachiukwu, and other Anioma towns, they were never strangers to Igbo land, no? But today, they sit outside Southeast region, ignored, divided, and often misunderstood. But what is going to happen now? Things are beginning to change. I will not say about to. Things are beginning to change. Ned Nwoko is spearheading it this time. It wasn't Ned Nwoko that started it. No. Osadebe, then Osadebe moved that, but I think there was a suppression. I don't know. So this time around, Ned Nwoko is the one pushing it. And thanks to Ndena Asobia, the group called Ndena Asobia, that group is doing marvelously well. This particular group called Ndena Asobia went to Abuja to submit the request for Anioma State. They were the first group among the Anioma unity groups. Groups that are working towards Anioma becoming an identity. They are the first. Ndena Asobia, that group. Oh my God. And I've seen these Ndena Asobia people around Ned Nwoko. They are working with Ned Nwoko. And things are fast changing. So, change is coming already. It is happening. It is not about to happen. It is happening. The other day, you saw what happened in Uyo. The gathering. Everybody in one voice were saying, Anioma needs an identity. Anioma needs a state. Senator Ned Nwoko is leading the charge. He's doing a great job fighting for Anioma. He's calling for the creation of Anioma State. And this is gaining support. And the 3 senators from Delta State has already endorsed the idea. The 2 other senators are not Igbo senators, but they agree with it. And not just they, more voices are rising. Creating an Anioma State is not just a political move. It is a matter of justice, a matter of cultural truth, a way to restore Igbo family fully. It is not just about Anioma. It is about balancing the equation, balancing the regions of Nigeria. Like I told you earlier, the Southeast has only 5 states, and you heard him say it. The region, Southeast, has only 5 states. The Northwest, all of them has 7. The Southwest has 6. Why must Igbo remain shortchanged? I said Igbos were shortchanged in everything, almost everything. With Anioma as the 6th state, the Southeast becomes equal, stronger, louder, and more united. And with that unity, what comes next is power. The power to even vote and change the political situation of Nigeria. The power to decide, the power to rise. So to every Igbo son and daughter, at home or in the diaspora, this is your call. To Southeast governors, I expected Southeast governors to throw their weight, and senators to throw their weight behind this Anioma call. That is what I expected from them. We don't need any state from the current Southeast. No. What we need now is Anioma State. No state from the current Southeast. And those people who are trying to move for the creation of new state from inside Southeast, I'm looking at their ambition. Sounds like those guys may be wanting to be the governors of such state when created. You cannot fragment that small area. No. What we need is additional mass, not fragmenting further. So, I am calling on the Southeast governors, Ohaneze Ndigbo, the traditional rulers, the senators, youth leaders. Let us support the call for Anioma State now. Let us embrace our Anioma brothers and sisters. They are not strangers. They are not guests. They are us. They are us. Anioma is us. We are them. One blood, one voice, one future. Please share this video, tag your senator, tag everyone, talk about Anioma. Use the hashtag Anioma is Igbo. Please, let's make this hashtag trend. Hashtag Anioma is Igbo. And please don't fail to subscribe to IGBO AREA TV and join the conversation for a new Southeast. This documentary is for educational and awareness purposes only. All opinions reflect the views of contributors and advocates for regional equity and cultural truth.